Hi, this is Patrick. Welcome to my video today. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like and please subscribe. I talk about money, inflation, ways to get by in this more and more distressing economy, and taxes that are going to be going up all over the place, inflation, prices that are going to be going up. It's an area that everybody needs to watch out for. I mean, there's the 1% that are just fine, but everybody else is going to the store and going, where is all this stuff, you know? Look at the price of that. An apple, $4. What's going on here, you know? Anyway, I'm in Huntington Beach today, and I'm in a really nice park. I'm on, what's the street? Edwards, and 1 mile up from PCH. And the park, let me show you, there's a real nice park here. And then there's a dog park behind that. And I'll wander down there and show you that quickly. And then there's all these little paths and trails and a cool neighborhood over here. And then right behind this there's a little lake that's just so much fun to walk around. And I'll be honest with you, this is the third time I've been down here filming this. I filmed it once and it started to rain. And I go, oh man, I didn't get to film the lake or anything. And then I came down yesterday and it was beautiful. I mean, it just, sometimes the free things are the nicest things there are. I mean, it was just so cool. These ducks just come up, these big, beautiful ducks just came up to me, and you know, and then there are all these birds landing on the water. And there's some birds down where this guy is down here. But it was just so beautiful and sunny, and the sky was great, and it was just so nice. And then I got home and I downloaded it all, and I'm so proud of this video. And the sound didn't work. I don't know what went wrong. But I was hooking something up in my car, and I got the wrong wire somewhere. But you know, I'm elderly, and you know, it's taken me longer to get these YouTube videos out. I don't feel elderly, but you know, like, you know, it's funny. I bought one of the more complicated kind of cameras, and you know, I'm not technical at all. I never do anything technical, and probably took me a month to get the cameras shipped to me and to figure out what sound system and get that shipped and all the little parts I needed. And there's a lot of accessories you sort of need for this, and then kind of get it going and figure out how to download it and getting a higher speed internet. And anyway, if you're thinking about making a YouTube video and you're like me and not real good at that kind of thing, I'd say to really get it kind of rolling and going, 4 months. You know, and I don't know how long before you really start making money. I'm doing it for the pleasure, and I like doing it, but trying to find things that interest myself and other people too, and it can help everybody. I don't want to do just a doom and gloom channel with big flashy clickbait headlines. That's not my goal. My goal is to just tell it like it is and what's going on, and let you guys enjoy a video, a nice place, nice scenery, and tell you what you might have been missing in the news and ways that you can help yourself. They have all kinds of pens here for these dogs. I guess I don't know what they do. Do they maybe race them, or tricks they do? Because a lot of them have numbers and things on them. Or maybe they're just fancy dog clothes these days. Maybe people dress their dogs up more. I remember once I used to, because I had a surf shop, I knew about wetsuits and neoprene material. I made like a wetsuit, but it was like a coat for a dog. And that was when Body Glove was really hot, the hot wetsuit, and all the girls were wearing Body Glove wetsuits. So I had a doggy glove vest that the dog would wear. And it was a really cool thing. I made it like bright yellow, and you could see it at night. It was safe, and but sent it to Body Glove, nothing. No, they weren't interested. I would have been a big seller for them at the time. And anyway, this is the dog park. And there's where the trails start down here. And there's so much to talk about right now. It's just every day the news. The stock market went up 565 points on Friday, Saturday now as I'm filming this. And it looks like rain, but I think it's just kind of overcast. I think I'm going to actually get a video that'll I could post from this park. But it's so nice. I just keep coming back till I get one. But yeah, the stock market went up. And you know, people were worried about the Federal Reserve and them raising the rates up, and that might really kill the stock market because the housing might go down. People are going to slow down buying houses and all that. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think, you know, another half a point or a quarter point. They say they're going to raise it up 3 times, maybe as much as 5. I don't think they will. Maybe 3, you know. I don't think it's that big a deal. The only big deal is if it really starts to crash and everybody just starts bailing on the stock market, and then that really causes some kind of depression. I think, you know, they say they're raising rates up to slow down inflation, but you know what's causing inflation is all the money printing the federal government has done. They printed over 40% of the money in circulation they printed this year. Your money's worth 40% less because of what the federal government's been printing. And that's what they don't admit. They're not working for you, they're working for Wall Street. And, you know, you take a risk every time you buy stocks. You don't have all the inside information. And, you know, maybe you can leave it there long term, but long term it might suddenly really drop too. You know, and it's hard to play the game and get in and out. Everything's been weird this week. We've had crypto's gone down a lot in the last couple of weeks. Now today they're doing okay. Gold and silver, which you'd expect to really go up, and all this turmoil is way cheaper. You know, and I think gold and silver, especially gold, I think gold is going to do really well maybe in a few years, but I don't think right now, and I wouldn't invest in it if I were you. I have a little, and it's scary. It's just scary. It's like, I mean, if you think about it, both gold and silver, I promise you I'm not exaggerating, on a year-to-year basis have gone down. They're worth less now than a year ago. Silver is, show you the fisherman here. Silver has gone down also over the last year. They've both gone down over the last 6 months. They've both gone down over the last month, and they've both gone down over the last day. I mean, what are the odds you're going to do well on something like that? Then you're going to have to pay to buy it, and you're going to have to pay to sell it. And, you know, they're not going to give you what you paid for it, even if the price is there, because the shops have to make a profit, or the pawn shops do. And it's just, I think it's a scary investment. And I don't like Bitcoin or Ethereum or that either, to be honest. You know, it's just like, you got to watch it like a hawk. I mean, when it goes down so fast. And, oh, it's so pretty down here. It's just a small lake, but it's just so nice to see nature and be able to walk around it. And get up to where we'll see some ducks and stuff. Take advantage of the free things in life. I mean, it is so nice to just see animals and appreciate them. And I'm going to film where they keep the horses one of these days too. That's really kind of cool to watch. But, I mean, we're so lucky. You know, my prayers and thoughts really go out to the people in the back east right now. They're having such a horrible storm. I'm kind of embarrassed to put this up. I mean, it's like 65 degrees here. And they're having like 3 inches of snow every 12 hours or something like that. It's just crazy amount of snow, and their temperatures are below 0, and then they got a 40, 45 mile an hour wind blowing. You know, it's just horrible what they're going through. And then I look at us out here and the people fishing on the lake, and, you know, I mean, I'm wearing a t-shirt. We have a lot to put up in California, but there's some things, I guess the weather is our beautiful thing, that we are so lucky to have our nice weather. There's the homes on the other side of the lake, and one other thing I wanted to say right now with the climate, and I mean, because we really are getting into kind of turmoil with a lot of things. And there's a lot of pressure and the sickness and all that. And people are feeling the stress. And in California, we have a lot of traffic too. There's just a lot that people are going through. But, you know, stay friends with all your friends and make new friends and smile and listen to people, and walk by somebody, you know, look at them in the eye and just say hi. You know, I mean, you know, when things get really bad, your friends are going to be the first person you turn to. There's a whole bunch of ducks down here. You see those? I always think it's so funny how the male duck is prettier than the female. and ducks swimming. So anyway, I want to give you a couple examples of being friends with people. You know, I used to have a surf shop, and I knew a lot of people in the city. It became a really large store, and I did well, and I bought a lot of real estate. But I was always just treated everybody like they were a friend. I never even thought of like the word customer. They were just my friends. I'd surf, they'd surf. We had a lot in common, you know, and it grew and grew. And I just treated people that way. I mean, there are days I didn't even wear shoes into work, and I had a big store, 2 stories, and big parking lot outside. But years later, I remember I was living in Oklahoma, and look at this whole flock here, and my mother got ill. And my mother, I mean, her health was, she lived to be 104, her health was fantastic. I never worried about her too much. You know, she was always into nutrition, and took really good care of herself and exercised every day. Had a driver's license, I couldn't believe it, until 99 years old. And I mean, I remember when she got her license at 99, when you get old, you have to get it every year. And she calls me up one day, and she's just rambling on the phone, you know. And I just kind of wonder why she happened to call me that particular day. And then right before she hangs up, she's 99 years. She goes, 99 years old. She goes, oh yeah, I went and got my driver's license today. Goodbye. It just hangs up. Because I was trying to distract her and keep her from getting that license. And she hardly drove at all. She had an big old Volvo, and sometimes she'd just park it out in the sun and just sit in the car and enjoy herself. But she didn't have any tickets. She drove well. She always complained about other people drove too slow. She drove real fast. It's kind of unusual for somebody that old. And but anyway, she was living in a home on a little island called Balboa Island, and renting an apartment at the back of this bayfront house. And real nice little place. She was just set and loved it, and the people liked her, and her rent was reasonable. And anyway, the city did a big project on the street, and they did all these sewage drains and big pipes. They jackhammering. They ruined. This was like the prime block on this. It's actually called Little Balboa Island. It's a smaller island right next to Balboa Island in Newport Harbor, and they ruined all the houses. And anyway, the people that owned the houses were all tearing them down and redoing them. So my mom kind of lost her home thanks to the city, and I had to call the city and see what to do and all that. And this guy at the city, everybody said he's really hard to deal with. You're going to have such a rough time with this guy and all that. And, you know, I got whatever. I got to come back to California, move back and help my mom. And your parents are way more important than anything else. So I just wanted to see what the city would do. And I called them up right before I left for California. And, you know, I was so worried because everybody just told me how tough this guy was and mean and all that. And I came back, and I called right before I left, and I called the guy on the phone, and I go, "This is Patrick Haniff, and I'm calling about my mother." And he was the nicest person. You just couldn't believe it. He goes, "We're so sorry what happened to her house, and what we're going to do, we're going to put her up at the Balboa Bay Club, which is really a plush place to live right on the bay, and we're going to pay for all that and put her up there. We're going to move her stuff, and then the other stuff we'll put in storage, or whenever she has another place to move to, we'll get that." And they got her a place in Irvine and paid a lot of the rent for a year, and just, I mean, he was the nicest person in the world. But when I called it and said, you know, "I'm Patrick Haniff," he goes, "Oh, you're Patrick Haniff? I used to come into your store all the time. You treat everybody so nice. You're such a nice person." I'm gonna cry telling this, but it's like, you just go, wow, you know, it just pays to be nice. I'll tell you, it always pays. And you don't do it because you'll get paid back because of this. You do it because it's what you want to do and you care about people. And with all that's coming up right now, it's the perfect time to just start treating people nice if you're not. You know, if somebody's trying to cut into traffic, and you don't pull up real fast in front of them and pretend you don't see them. You let the person get in. And you hear all the animals, the birds. But I guess that's my message. I'll give you one other little story too. I was living in Oklahoma before I came back to California, and friends would come out and visit me, and we're in the parking lot of the grocery store, and this lady's driving really, really slow. And my friends go, "Just honk at her, honk at her." I go, "No, you don't honk at people in Oklahoma. People are really nice out there." She goes, "Why?" I go, "You don't honk at people." He goes, "Why? Because if I honk at her, she's going to stop the car and slow down and then turn around to look to see what's wrong, if she can help me or something. You know, it's like, I mean, when you're in Oklahoma, you ask somebody directions, you better really want to go to that place, because they'll pull out a map, a felt pen, they'll map it all out for you, they'll tell you to follow them. And you see those two white ducks over there? Pretty cool way over there. But that's the thing, when I lived in Oklahoma, I missed the weather in California. And in California, I miss the nice people in Oklahoma. I had a lot of great friends in California, but the people in Oklahoma are so nice. My friends always go, well, that's because they don't have anything to do out there. No, they're just genuinely nice people. You know, when I lived out there, people go, why'd you move to Oklahoma? And you go, oh, you know, it's just so cheap, and you buy this huge house, and realtors love you. They go, you know, people in California buy the biggest house in the world. And then your friends are going, yeah, but why'd you really move out here? And you go, this or that, or, you know, it's just so cheap to eat, and just fun, and, you know, not crowded, no traffic. And they go, yeah, but why'd you really move here? And I go, well, people are just so nice here. And they go, yeah, you're right, people in Oklahoma are great. You know, that's their asset. But you can be nice in California too, and it'll come right back to you. And don't think of it that way, just think about how much you care about people. And all of a sudden you'll find people are a lot nicer than you think. I mean, some days you'll hate people, and then you turn around and just be nice to people the rest of the day, and great things will come your way. So that's my message. And give you a quick look here before we leave here. What else can I show you here? This is like crowded for this park too, and this isn't even crowded. This is like a Saturday. You think there'd be a lot more people. It's just, so take advantage of all our parks and your parks in your neighborhood, and just do some free things. It's just so nice to be outside and be around nature and all the trees and the greenery, and see the dogs. And anyway, and thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. Please, if you have any comments, anything, you know, where do you live? How do you feel the people are out there? Are you preserving, getting extra food and stocking a few things away? And the stores, are they bare in your area? Let me know. I'd love to know. And just keep getting some extra water, and have some cash on hand, and some food put away, and make friends, and just have a nice, happy life, and don't stress out about things too much. Anyway, thank you so much for listening, and I know I'm rambling a little bit, and God bless you, and have a great week. Bye-bye.